morning, good morning, good morning. Lovely ones, how are you today? I only have about a half hour to talk to you this morning, and I wanted to go over some of your questions. Yesterday I shot two videos, a cancer video and a diabetes video. I'll go back and look at them because yesterday was so maddening that I kind of did them sort of fast. So the cancer video, I got a little strong on it, but there was a reason I did that. So when you see that, if you feel that that was me, you know what? There's a certain point now. I'm getting this message. You know, we're out of time. So I'm being pushed. So that's all I can tell you. I don't know, you know, because sometimes it just comes out of me that way, and I'm a good, loving guy. I don't deal with corruption and hurting people and stuff like that very well at all. I don't know what it is. I'm like the Jesus in the marketplace, and sometimes I lose it because we run an intense clinic here. It's intense, and I just feel for everybody. It's just I feel all of your pain. It's not that I don't, and I would like nothing more than to pull you out of it as fast as I can. And Gabriella, let me see here. Yeah. Gabriella, listen, sweetheart, don't give up. You know what? This is a hard way to go, but it's the only way to go, honey. And you'll get there. You'll get there. So just relax and take it easy. Keep digging in. Keep digging in. Keep digging in. Some people have very chronic lymph systems, sweetheart. I don't have your eyes to tell you, but I can tell you. You know, if you haven't cleared up by what you're doing now, it's just chronic on you. It will, guaranteed. So hang in there, sweetheart. This is a testament, I think, of your strength and who you are, because you're just battling between you and your physical body. And this physical, you have to separate yourselves from your physical bodies. These are just wrappings, if you will, clothes, if you will, for this level. You couldn't experience this level without a body, obviously. And this is a very mundane level and a very mundane body. So you have to just understand that, and just always be happy, sweetheart, because you're a good soul. And just it's just a battle between you and the elements, basically, because we've been lied to. It's the nature of this level. It's unconscious. And I remember that, even though I get passionate and I take off, it's because this needs to be some wake-up calls. You know, sometimes I deal out some tough love, and not often, but in this case, we need some really tough love. We're out of time. That's what I'm getting. We're out of time. We just can't mess around anymore. But Gabriella, you're a sweetheart, and you keep going. I'm going to kick your hiney. You keep going, sweetie. You'll make it. We're all here for you. You just hang in there. I know it's tough. Not fun. Some of you guys are not going to have a fun time detoxifying yourself. But it'll get better and better and better and better. Guarantee you. It'll get better and better and better. And you just have to keep working through it. Whatever it takes, ride the bull. You know, sometimes it is like riding a bronco. It's tough. But you'll come out of it, sweetheart, and you'll be so much better physically and spiritually on the other side of this. So hang in there, dear one. Appreciate all your comments, and I know you're doing it. Sweden girl. Angel Light, thank you. Love you too, sweetheart. Thank you so much for your comments. This comment is from Moth Dust Moon. This is especially addressing cancer. My mom has neuroendocrine tumors. Neuroendocrine tumors. Interesting. Liver and lymph nodes. How is that a neuroendocrine tumor if it's the liver and the lymph nodes? I've tried to say it might impress on the nervous system or something. I've tried explaining to her about acids and the simplicity of. I know. You know what? The problem is cancer's just almost too simplistic. Now, on the cancer video and on the diabetes video, I was such in a hurry to get them out yesterday. I had the time. So I'm going to look and add to them. We can part them So anything you see that I need to add to them, let me know, and I'll add that, and we'll start adding to that. It's very difficult to start all over with every one of them about the lymph system, and I promise you that I will do a one on the lymphatic system. So that's the first place people go, and then they can go to the cancers and stuff, because I didn't get into individual cancers or the herbs that you would use for them. I probably should, but we'll see where the time goes. But she questions why. If that's all they are, she has them, while others who are on much worse diet and more damaging lifestyle do not develop cancer. That's everybody is uniquely different, no question. Your weaknesses are in different areas. People's kidneys and adrenals are at all different levels. Your lymph system backs up differently depending upon your lifestyle. Your mom definitely has issues with filtration of the lymph. That's why the lymph nodes are involved. That's true with every cancer there is. When you have issues where lymph nodes involved, and I guarantee you, her lymph isn't just involved in her liver. No way. It's involved all through her. Wherever your cells are the weakest, those are going to become atypical in cancer cells first, because they can't take the acid hit other cells do. Different weaknesses make the lymph coagulate more in one area over another area. I mean, there's probably 10 different reasons why, Mom, that happens. But it doesn't matter, because 4 out of 5 people have cancer, Mom. And how much is that? In other words, cancer's everywhere, honey, and that's the problem. You're not one out of a few. You're one of the many, and this is the problem. Our lymph systems are in bad shape. Cancer, don't make it any more than it is, because if you do, you'll hurt yourself with the fear and the treatment-based thinking. Treatment-based thinking never cures anything, because it focuses on the wrong thing. It focuses on the effect and not the cause. And you must always focus on the cause. The worlds of God is simplistic as it is, complex. So keep it simple and you'll win this game. If you put cancer in a complexity that you can't understand and no one can understand but a few people with white coats and stethoscopes, and if you really dig into it, they don't even understand cancer, which is amazing because most chemists do. I don't know what to tell you. You just got to get a hold of this. This is if this is liver lymph nodes, shouldn't be a difficult cancer or a difficult area of the body for you to detox and get that out of there. Could you address this? She's currently undergoing a series of targeted radiation therapy. Well, this is supposedly a new treatment, but it has actually been around a while. I had a lady, and I've said this before, I had a lady once with eye cancer. She had a cancer in the left eye. And they say we have, and this is when this was first introduced, and they told her that they had targeted radiation therapy that would just target those cells, wouldn't anything around it wouldn't be hurt, she'd be good. Well, she was a little apprehensive, to say the least, because one, this is her vision, and two, her brain's right there too. And so she did let them do that. End of the story, brain cancer, all through her brain from the radiation. Targeted, huh? I just don't believe allopathics at all. I'm sorry. This is a nightmare situation where we've let a modality that should have been restricted to surgeries and maybe emergency medicine. I think a naturopathic hospital with emergency medicine would far exceed allopathic hospitals in emergency medicine. Not to be rude, but what we can do, I've told you this, I pulled 3 people out of cardiac arrest with my thumb. 3 people. And it works every time. There's so much we can do, simpler and more dramatic. I believe we would save a lot of people, because the way we do CPR now, We don't save that many. People don't realize, by the time if the paramedics can't get you in the ambulance, it's rare that we do in the ER, to be honest with you. I don't care what anybody says. I spent 5 years in 3 emergency rooms, and I can tell you and I've been involved in probably hundreds of codes. So I'm very familiar with it. This is CHELEYISH. Oh, I see. I had to post. Okay, let's see. The MD wants to send me to mental health, but did not work up to rule out psychological reasons for this. What would be some good labs to get some beginning the detox? I told her I didn't want medication and that I may be willing to try something mild like St. John's wort. What are you doing? I've recently developed some symptoms of anxiety. Oh, such as a racing heart, pain in the throat that like I'm crying but I'm not, blurry vision at times, etc. Oh, sweetheart. Okay, now listen. The anxiety is coming from where? And there's only one place most anxieties come from, honey, and that's the adrenal glands. And when the adrenal glands are down, you've got 2 parts of the adrenal glands. You've got your steroids, your estrogen, your systemic estrogens, your progesterones, your testosterones, your aldosterones, your cortisols, your silvestrols. You got a line mineral corticosteroids of all types. You got all kinds of steroid issues. And the other flip side of that, you got neurotransmitters, and that's where the anxieties come from, is from the autonomic nervous system. Notice it always dwells right in here. That's the autonomic ganglia. So that's, that's your adrenals. And of course, your adrenals control the kidneys, which are the eliminative organs of cellular waste. So when you don't move your cellular waste out, you get blurry vision. I mean, there isn't a symptom out there that probably isn't related to the lymph system and acidosis. Very few, and you can shift that into blood acidosis, but that's very easily correctable and can be very deadly. And this sounds just like your lymph system. So heart racing, I mean, this could have been a chemical you ingested too. This could be a neurotoxin that you ingested somehow. Sounds like an act of a neurotoxin where it shut down your adrenals a little more, or autonomic a little more, threw you into anxiety. So could be perfumes, could be makeups, it could be you're eating pesticides somehow, your bathroom deodorizer somehow. This sounds like a neurotoxin, or you're living around neurotoxicity and just don't realize it, or you're just getting your diet and everything is just making your genetics weaker, and now you're seeing the reality of what's wrong with you. But pull yourself back out of that. You can use any of the herbs to settle the I don't want to say emotions. You get on your adrenal glands. That's the best way to settle your emotions, is get your adrenal glands up cooking. Real important. You're probably going to find some low blood pressure in you too. Check both arms. Medication. This is medication for this, medication for that. No focus on the cause of the problem. Of course not. She said she doubled it. It would do any good. I truly believe that the detox will correct any. Yes, you are right, sweetheart. Absolutely. Because why? You're addressing causative factors. It's hard to understand how emotions can be tied to cells in a gland, but they are. And it's always the adrenal glands there, of course. Gabriella, sweetheart, you give up and I'm going to come chase you down. Dr. Morris, what's your opinion on raw seeds? Okay, of course. I'm into all kinds of that stuff when you're outside of detoxification. Our site is predominantly about detoxification. Dan the man, there's plenty of people telling you the goodies to eat. I'm more simplistic than most people, but plenty of information on raw foods out there. There's so much raw food, quote-unquote, cookbooks. It's like crazy now. I like to keep it simple, though, myself. Bowls of fruits, bowls of salads. That's about it. I don't tire of the food. I don't get bored with the food because I love the taste and flavors of natural foods. I mean, at least raw from God. I don't like a lot of these mixes that they mix up, or dishes that they mix up, trying to match Mexican food or trying to match Italian food. It's like, why? Enjoy the rawness and the sweetness and the beauty of the food itself naturally. But seeds and stuff, great stuff if you're not detoxifying. When you're detoxifying, the more complex the food, the more proteinish the food, the more dormant the food, the more work the body goes through, the more acidosis the body goes through, and of course, the less detox you're going to get from it. So, yes, when you're not detoxifying, no, when you're detoxifying. When you're cheating, of course, yes. Better to cheat on something like that than a hamburger or something. Or what was it? Chicken burger or something this guy brought. Yeah, you never break fast with something that bad. I just love some raw tahini with my salads at night. Yeah, I know that. A little bit of that's not going to hurt you. No way. A little bit of that's fine. Gabriella. Is it good for tea except the tahini? Yeah, same thing. Okay. Scott Davidson, 32. Thank you so much. I've been on a high fruit diet for the past couple of weeks with improvement in psoriasis. See, sweetheart Gabriella, this guy is getting improvement real quick with the skin. You're slower. Don't beat yourself up. It's just your unique body, and it's just taking a while to get everybody on and moving and cleaned, and don't give up. You'll clean up. I guarantee this. This gentleman's had psoriasis for 21 years. Energy and my body's ability to handle cold weather. I am extremely skinny for a 6'2", 36-year-old male, so I am looking forward to more body mass after my body detox. My eyes are already getting lighter too. You're kicking butt, Scott. Man, after I heal my body, I want to become it. You will. You know what, Scotty? Hats off to you, my friend. You're kicking butt. This is how it's done. Good work, my friend. Good work. Good work on all of you. You guys, I can't praise you enough. I think highly of every one of you. You guys are part of the team, and I love the team. We've got a great team here. And hang on, all of you that are struggling. Hang on. If you have to back up a little bit, back up a little, catch your breath, and then head right on. Don't beat yourselves up. Head right on. No one's over you with the stick. This is the tough way to go. This is why most people don't like this, because it's self-responsibility. And most people don't like that. They'd rather take a pill or they'd rather take something to get rid of it. And it's like, that does not exist. And once people realize that treatment consciousness is a fallacy, it does not help. I mean, there's no question that you're going to treat some symptoms to give you some relief during the process of getting well. There are some people with cancer that's in extreme pain. The problem with that, and I want to keep expanding these videos on cancer and diabetes and all the ones we're going to follow up with, because I can't always come out with everything I want to at one time, because I have a hard time thinking. I've kept putting myself in the now and the now and the now, and it is now difficult for me to think. And so I just have to let come through whatever comes through, get back and observe, and then maybe come back again with some notes and try to cover areas that I didn't. I like that health club thing. Thanks, 132. Well, it's a safe place to be for everybody, and it's right on point. And I also thought it helps in ways where all of you can get involved and feel comfortable, and that you don't have to have all the knowledge of the world, and two, that it keeps you safe with states and governments and stuff from the treatment of diseases. It is right on point, not off point, and you can cure a lot of people. So I like this. It's within a few weeks we're going to be changing this over. And we're just going to have some basic health programs. We have 3 levels to this. Very simple stuff. Third level, herbal-wise, will be similar to level 2, but the diet will be much stricter. And that's for people that need it. People that really need, like Mom, that needs to move her lymph system or she's in trouble. You're trying to attack a fluid that you can't attack. It's just backed up. When a fluid in your body's backed up, how do you attack that? Why would you attack that? You got a blockage. Well, when anything swells in the body, you have a blockage. Was that common sense? Just like a river and a blockage, the river's going to swell and go over the dam. It's a blockage. And how do you remove a blockage? Well, that's where the world of detoxification comes in. You know, it's only common sense. A lymph node's only a septic tank, and that's where you would find cancer cells. You're not going to find cancer cells in your blood that's from your liver. That's a, you know, the body's designed totally in a different way than allopathic people think. And if you look at how we build a house and how we have a bathroom and a septic system in it, that's pretty much how your body works. Nothing mysterious or strange about the human body. It just is all common sense, actually. And I think we've never been taught physiology and anatomy from a common sense approach. And I think we need to. And I tried to do that a little bit in my book to give you a sense of it, you know, of the simplicity of it. Some people think they're not worthy or not smart enough to know things, and that's crazy. You're all smart enough. You don't have to be a 10-year degreed person. Most of these people are just, you know, they took themselves too far out, and now they just don't know a whole lot. Confusion. I like this. Seattleite warrior. I love your little analogy here. Absolutely. Take your medicine? No, thank you. I need to eat fruit. That's my drug. And move lymph. Right on. Right on. Nicolette, you sweet thing. Papa, honey, what do you have to say about falling asleep? Conk. Yeah, I know it. I tell you what, I don't know what to tell you. Because that was one of the reasons I had to pull back too, because not only was I traveling, I couldn't, and you still can't. I only tell you that when you start becoming more aware and more aware, there's no shutting it off. I mean, you could get lost again, but you're probably not going to allow yourself to do that. Some people do come in and out of hello, I'm home, and goodbye, I'm back into the field of dreams. But you know, it's better to be aware. And the more energy you have, I've got one lady here, she has so much energy on the fruit you can't stop her. And I've seen this many, many times, and I've experienced this. And it's just, it's intense. You just, soul doesn't sleep. Maybe your body gets on, you move your attention away from your body so the body can recharge itself. You know, you notice what happens if soul stays in the body too much. Bodies burn out. So sometimes we got to leave our body and let it rest and recharge itself. And if you look at the human body, it's an alkaline rechargeable battery, right? Well, what's the recharging unit? The adrenal glands. This is where you see in MS and Parkinson's and Lou Gehrig's, and you see in neurological problems. They lose their charge, their ability to maintain a charge. And sometimes the weaker the adrenals, the shorter the charge. And so you rest and you get energy and you go walk around it. It's down again. Some people are extreme. And it's adrenal dumping. And this is why this is such an important thing to think about. Betty Boop Bop. I just wanted to update you on my fast. I lasted 20 days. Look at that, guys. 20 days. I want to know how Babe and Earl are doing. 125, 126 days on a juice fast. I think that's a kick butt. That should be somewhere in the book. Love it. Just love that sort of stuff. You know what's funny is people struggle with this sometimes, but when you realize that fruits and berries and melons are the natural food for man. That's what man's diet should be predominantly anyway, with maybe a few tender greens. That'd be it. So really, we're all just eating the diet we're supposed to be eating. It's not like we're trying to do something we are just going to discipline ourselves for a short period of time. This is the diet we should be on. Hard to maintain that through all the genetics and the generations and all that. Of course it is, and of course the food sucks. So, we've got a tough way to go. We're kind of caught in that period of time where we either make everything better for our future and our children, or we don't. the sea in 20 days. Her skin cleared up considerably. See, Gabriella? Come on, honey. Hang in there, sweetie. Inflammation went down. The eczema on my neck, around my eyes, and my ankles are pretty much cleared up, save for dry, patchy skin. I haven't been as cold as I was before either, considering that this is now winter. That's pretty good. Unfortunately, with the season, there are no more yummy Concord grapes. I know it! But you kick butt. You kick good, Betty Boop Bop. You've done well. I've done really well here, dear one. Get 5 gold stars for the day. I received my first shipment order of yours today, and I'm super excited. Oh, take off on that, honey. Yes, extremely surprised with the alarming expensive brokerage fees. Huh, who was the brokerage fees from? I don't know anything about brokerage fees. Is that to get it into your country? Oh, you're in Canada? Oh, yeah, Canada rapes people, their own people. I mean, it's amazing in Canada. I was just shocked. I've been in Canada several times and was shocked at the prices you guys have to pay there. And the over the border fees there. My God, I know. I don't know what to do about all that. I really don't. It's just disgusting. And Canada's one of the worst places. They really gouge their people. I thought the governments are supposed to be better in Canada. So I apologize. I'm just wondering if anyone else is getting charged an additional $60 for their shipments into Canada. Wow. I don't know anything about it. I really don't. Total cost of items was only $170. Look at that. That's a nightmare from hell. I don't know. I'd call up my customs, because that's where they do all this. I would call up my customs and bitch like a banshee and say, "What are you doing to us, people?" Let's give them hell. Oh. Hello. Anyone can remember what Dr. Morse said about the difference between the tincture and the capsule? Oh, always in the now. That beautiful picture of yours. I knew he talked. Well, I used to assume that tinctures would be more powerful because, especially with long-term distillation, ours is 30 days. We have a 110,000 pound press, which is impressive. We use 1 to 4 concentrate, so I mean, you can't get any more concentrated without doing some extreme additional steps, and then you got a little 1 ounce tincture for $50, and then you've kind of lost to me the power of the herb, in my opinion. I mean, you get too far out of there. So I used to think the tinctures were more powerful, but what we're finding is the capsules are more powerful. I mean, just get your a lymph node 2 liquid in a lymph node capsule. If you're not careful, the capsule will make you heave good. There are people tolerating it good, but that's a very powerful capsule. I can tolerate them, and some people can tolerate them, but others, especially right off on the program, difficult. So I like the capsules better, but I don't like the capsules. We use a starch veggie cap, but you know, I don't know. I'm not a capsule person. I don't like pills and stuff like that. So I chug and I'm done. Out I go. I don't have time to mess around. But you do whichever one you like, you know, whichever one you prefer, of course. Shadow Light Warrior. Shadow wakes up in the summer when the sun beams down. Yeah, baby. Friends and say together more. The parks are full of people. Yeah, Seattle, Seattle, Seattle. A lot of good stuff up there. Good stuff up there. A lot of UFOs up around there. Supposed to be somewhere up in the the mountains there. Hello, I was wondering about a cure for cold sores on the mouth. Stop kissing. No. That, you know, these are little cold sores, herpes sores. That's always involved in an acid condition, and when you're detoxifying, they could come out on you. Herpes can come out with a vengeance when you're detoxifying, but just like hemorrhoids, they'll go away and clean those virals right out. The other thing to this is that this will happen to me if I'm eating pineapple or too much of a fruit that has never been ripe on the plant. You know, when we pick a fruit unripe, it is definitely more acidic than it would be in a ripening stage because that's your sugar alkaline stage. So I have to be careful with that. So if you're eating too many acidic fruits, get away from those, honey, and that might be a good thing. I know it's from it's just, herpes is just all virals deal with acids and proteins because that's what a virus is a protein. It's not like a bacterium. So they're just different forms of proteins. And proteins, like everything else, is magnetically guided. And so everything is magnetically guided. And of course, there's a consciousness behind magnetic guidance. And you can, tear that apart spiritually. We've done that before, but acid environments create these adhesions with these proteins, and that's what I'm saying. When you have an HIV virus, you have a Hep C virus. It's one thing to have a virus in the body. It's another thing to have adhesion, where you have the experience of AIDS or liver deterioration or like sores in the mouth or in the gonadal areas. Anyway, I want them gone. Keep detoxing, Seattle Light Warrior. Bale Warrior, get those virals, those proteins. Oh, but don't we love proteins? Get those proteins out of that body. And that's good. I like that attitude. I want them gone. Another thing is being in Seattle, the crowds like to block the sun often. Yeah, I know. Keep working with that. Get more depressed. I get depressed too. Let me tell you, the sun's not out there. And I tell you, when you see people that don't get sun, don't you see depression? Don't you see anxiety? Don't you see Alzheimer's, dementia? Absolutely. See it all the time. So get out in the sun wherever you can. Or move to Costa Rica. Oh, I gotta give up now. I'm just wondering if I can reprogram your DNA. Absolutely. Everything has its etheric body to it. Everything. And, everything is just frequencies of magnetics. And that's just states of consciousness. So, hard to explain. I tried to do that on there's a video up in the front line somewhere where I talked about creation and magnetics and how that all works, and you might want to review that one. But you can awaken the dead. That's the neat thing about this level of health and vitality, of energy, of magnetics, of it's all the same. We could say chemistry over here, we could say frequencies of electromagnetic energy over here, or we could say states of consciousness over here. Depends your viewpoint. It's all same stuff. And so you can change, build, reprogram. So what we've seen, that's just what we've seen. We've seen everybody that's attuned to what we're doing looks at their genetic lesions in their eyes and looks for healing lines and watching these areas disappear. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to complete all your questions, but I will continue to try to do that. I'll have to ask Chris. He's back to the old format. I'll have to ask him what that is. You guys see things I don't. I'm stuck in this little room with no window and a hole in the wall. So thanks, sweet 00976. I think humility and respectfulness and everything else is proper when you're happy in the arms of God. Then you understand that we're all one and that there's no reason that I should feel better than someone else or greater or anything like that. I think that's ridiculous. I think we have to realize that we're all God experiencing life. How could I be greater than another God? We're all God experiencing down here. How do you think God can experience itself in multitudes of individualities? How could an infinite being become finite? It can't. Only through the illusion of individuality. And when you're in individuality, it feels real. But when you're in consciousness, others see this is a dream. The closer to God you get, the more dreamy this world is, the less real it is. This world is only real to the level of attention you put on it. It's like in your life anywhere. Anything in your life becomes real by the degree of your attention, or the opposite. You can eliminate things in your life by withdrawing your attention. Nothing wrong with saying, you know what, I'm tired of looking at this, I'm going to look over here for a while. And then when you realize that, and this is the same with out-of-body travel, is that, you know, you can look over here, you can travel over here, you can go over here, but who's the traveler? That's the key. Who are you? Not who's your bodies and health and all that. Who are you and where did you come from? And I mean, there's just so much to that glory and stuff. So you all have a beautiful day. And I thank you so much over and over again for viewing this video and wrapping yourself around this. You guys are great. I love the team. We make a good team. You guys keep healing because we need all of you out there being the lights to this world. And it's also plugging yourself into the infinite too. Realize as giving you receive. I will say that is a true statement. As you give forth, God will power it to you. And that's just a perfect way to end the day. So have fun today. My son's woman is about to give birth today, so we'll see another little soul coming on the planet. All righty. Bye-bye. Before I end this, I remember this one. I have my left tonsil that is swollen and hurts to swallow. I just had a baby a month ago and had to add some sprouted bread and sweet potatoes because I am nursing, and the fruits, especially bananas, are making her very gassy. I can see that. My question is, should I be worried about my tonsils? This is Tina. Well, I think you should eat a good raw diet while nursing, of course. Add some coconut milk in there. But be careful with that. Coconut with the meat ground, but stay high fruits and vegetables. You've got to make that milk nutritious. Unfortunately, it could start detoxifying your baby as well, because it will. You know, even if you're on the herbs, it'll detoxify your baby. If the baby's getting some gas from that, that's interesting to me. We'll have to watch that and see if there's not a pancreatic problem or something. But you still want to get that swollen tonsil dealt with. So just stay raw, and it should go down. If not, then take a kidney formula. There's certain herbs you can take while you're breastfeeding. Is, you know, it's going to reach to the baby, but it'll only help the baby. Any adrenal gland and kidney formula would be advisable while nursing, especially if you have a swollen tonsil or tonsillitis. I think I would go that way. Here's Girl Gone Vegan. Stomach detox symptoms are brutal. Oh, wow, eating melons and fruit. What's going on there, Girl Gone Vegan? You know, with your stomach there. You can slow it down. Eat small meals more often would be good. Super Chew. Maybe take a marshmallow tea, slippery elm tea, Hilal tea, something like that to soothe the stomach if you're having stomach problems. Because the fruits and berries and melons, one thing you guys are finding, they're aggressive. People think vegetables? No, your fruits, berries, and melons are very aggressive on the body. That's why they're the greatest foods on the planet. So yeah, they can create some stomach things if you have a weakness in there. Not if you don't have a weakness. So use some teas maybe to help with that, sweetheart, and you should be good. Okay. This is a question from Andre about grape fasting, but I have a concern. The shell of grapes give me diarrhea. Wow. After this, I feel relief. What would you suggest? Do I have to super chew it? Well, you could. But it's interesting how when it's purging you and cleaning you, you find relief. So I'd get up on a stomach and bowel formula and clean out your bowels a little bit in that respect. Probably do the same thing with you, Girl Gone Vegan. And, you know, really go into that. And yeah, you could super chew and see if that helps you with that. Interesting that your body feels a need to purge itself. So you know you've got some toxicity going on in there, and I would go ahead, like I said, and use the stomach and bowel formula. It'll help you with that, and start cleaning that up with the herbs, and then you'll get past that, because when foods purge you, you need it. That's all I gotta say, because it doesn't purge everybody, and some people really are sensitive. Pancreatic, hepatic, which is liver, have problems with that. This is a question: what do you feed your dog? I feed my dog living foods, not raw meat per se, but lightly cooked meat we do, and as much vegetables as possible. Our dog is extremely finicky. He's a little Shih Tzu, and he's got a mind of his own, and he just, he's finicky. It's just hard to get him to eat anything. He's more of a carnivore than he is a omnivore. Stout little sucker. But we try to give him as much vegetables. I do give him some whole grain rice at times and beans, because he's a protein freak, unfortunately, and proteins don't do well with the bowels at all. So it's just trying to get this dog. We have a lot of natural dog foods, all that we've tried with him. Everything under the sun, even Chef Michael's stuff. We've tried everything, and once in a while I eat them, but he won't eat bones. He's just a funny dog. I have to. I've got a 10 o'clock, and I'm going way over, so I just wanted to. This is from Latin lady, Tina. Please, this is for anyone to reply. I just noticed pus in the back of my throat, and I did squeeze some out, and I have been gargling with salt water. I just took a round of antibiotics for an abscessed tooth, but finished now. Tina! Can I take probiotics to replace the bacteria, and can I do a great... Because probiotics is only the bifidus group and maybe some lactobacillus. What the hell is that group? No. And can I do a short grape fast while breastfeeding? I probably wouldn't. But this is your lymph system, and sweetheart, you just got to keep... When you're breastfeeding, you got to kind of balance that out with a good hearty salads and fruits, and I mean we're still regenerating genetics. So yeah, but antibiotics for the problem with this, Tina, is that the lymph, the acid infection, if I could use that word, is still in you. All they did was kill the bacteria that let you know that it was there. So you killed the feeding frenzy, which it's okay to slow it down. You could use herbal antibiotics, would be safer, and it won't kill systemic bacteria like antibiotics do. But won't kill systemic bacteria like antibiotics do. But I don't know, keep moving your lymph, sweetheart, because antibiotics didn't do nothing but cut down the messenger. So it killed the messenger. I understand why, but still, you still have the infection there. It didn't go anywhere. Antibiotics didn't make the lymph magically disappear, does it? That's the problem. We think it does because the symptoms down. It's only because of the bacterial activity, shows a lot of toxicity. So you were having a raging bull. But the problem is that killing systemic bacteria actually compromises the lymph nodes and lymph drainage even more, and you still have the sewage in the body. Difficult when you're breastfeeding to detoxify, there's no question. You can in a moderate way, and your baby could detoxify with you, which would be great. All righty, I've got to run. So thank you very, very much again, and I'm getting pretty caught up with your questions. That's pretty good. I had to do it this way where you resubmit them because I was getting overwhelmed, and I did want to cut these other videos so we can expand those videos on cancer and diabetes, and I'm just going to go down the road. And maybe I'll redo them even, because yesterday was just a day where I had to cram in whatever I could get done there, and sometimes I get it going. You know, it's just crazy, and then I lose some compassion. You know, I get, you know, I mean, you just have to take in consideration what we see here on a daily basis and what we've seen in 40 years. It definitely gives you a reality check. It's a reality check that no one out there gets to see, because you only get to see and interact with a few people, where we interact with thousands worldwide. Really get to see what's going on out there in a way few do, and it's not pretty. So you guys are doing really well. Keep plowing this field no matter what. Tina and all of you great souls, you keep plowing, you keep working. And Kelly, you keep working, keep working. Don't give up. Nothing's like that. So keep working it. Some people are going to be quicker than others in getting well. Okay, they're just uniquely individual. They maybe stronger genes, less toxicity. Okay. But anyway, you all have fun. I'm going to cut this today, and I'll be talking to you real soon. We'll go over some more of your questions, and we'll be making more videos for you. So thanks so much again for being part of the light warrior group, if you will, whatever we are, and help bringing the light to the darkness. So thank you so much. Bye-bye. Yeah, Chris handed me a couple more here, so I thought while no one's coming in beating my door down, probably somebody's going to come get me in a minute, I thought I would go through a couple more of these here. 132 nice. I put nectar of the gods in those bottles, honey. That's nectar of the gods. I'm telling you. I'm not going to tell you all, guys, the secrets of what me and some, you know, it's just nectar of the gods. That's all I can tell you. I try to live with the guiding hand. A little question, Dr. Morse, 132 nice here. Since I'm on your herbs, I lost interest in lots of stuff, particularly in human-created stuff. Yeah, that's all very well, and I think it changed me to the better, but it's almost impossible for me to learn for university now. I stopped taking the herbs for 1 week, and I had no problem to learning during this time, but I wanted to detox, so I took them again. No learning. I don't know, 132. I don't know what that is. Maybe, I don't know what the message is in the bottle. Funny. You know, there's some message there for you in the bottle. I don't know what it is. Herbs wouldn't stop you from learning, but could bring you in the now more. I don't know. It'd be interesting, sweetheart. And Tina, you know, I was thinking when I was just talking to you, did you take the antibiotics while you were nursing your baby? That wouldn't be good. Because then you compromise your baby's lymph system. Alone, Alana, I'm going to give you a big hug and kiss one of these days, honey. I was just, I gave my dog a pain reliever after a sudden, what? For humans, now if it's not good for us, it can cause sudden death. Why the hell should I give? You know what, isn't it amazing? And you were right about the white willow bark, stuff like that. You guys are right on in your thinking. Can't stand him suffering. I know it. I tell you what, I'm like you. I can't stand anything suffering. I'll cry like crazy. Any of you guys watch X Factor? That is, I've never cried so many times on a show as X Factor. Boy, do they have their ducks in a row. They pull you right in there. But boy, are those singers good. I love those singers, but I like the Florida lady and the Joe Cocker guy. That Joe Cocker guy, I love Joe Cocker. And this guy is just kick butt. I'd buy his album. But that one girl from Florida, she can sing like the angels in the sky. Sending you lots of thank you, Sun Consciousness. Yes, 3 days after starting Lymph 2 and Kidney 2, I broke out extremely itchy hives, head to toes. Yeah. Unfortunately. Now, sometimes if your kidneys aren't aren't filtering adequately and you go on the detox, your skin will pay the price because we're pulling more lymph into the kidneys than the kidneys can handle, and the skin goes woo. So you could slow up on the lymph formulas and increase the kidney formulas and see if that'll back down the skin, or just go full bore. But not pleasant. Get a saltwater bath going for yourself, and that might help there. Put some Heal All tea in it if you want, and that should help you there, Sun Consciousness. I love you guys' names. High sugar fruit. Yeah, mainline me, baby. I don't know if I've addressed this one. This one was the air swallowing. I did address that for you. I can't remember where, but I did. Just look through the videos, and I did address this for you some time ago because I felt this was an interesting thing. Whenever you have a weakness developing in a body, what could cause that? Bar external trauma. We know it's not genetics because you're creating a weakness. Now, knowing that there's two fluids in the human body that take care of the cells, and that the cells make up the everything, what could make cells weak? Blood? Could, but as a rule, no. Lymph? Absolutely, as a rule, all the time. Because the lymph deals with the acid side or the corrosive side of chemistry, which has the effect of weakening and breaking down, breaking apart. That's what acids do. They break apart, break down. And so when you see that, you know it's acidosis, you know it's a lymph system, and move those lymphs. Also, check that parathyroid. Make sure you're utilizing calcium so connective tissue will stay strong. But move those lymphs, and I tell you, work on your GI tract. You probably have a chronic GI tract, work on that GI tract. Real important there that you deal with this. Because this doesn't sound like a very fun situation. I live in the UK, and even after shipping plus tax, your herbs are cheaper than any other in UK. Oh wow, thanks for sending that song. I don't overprice my herbs at all, and we have a middleman, so I don't overprice my herbs at all. I think we've done really good. They were $18 for years and years and years, and then we just had to slowly go up. And if you look back, and our prices have raised maybe 3 times in 40 years, and look at all the prices going up and everything. It's just, So I thought we did pretty good myself. I don't know. It's just the way we attack things. We don't mess around, and we go full bore and we attack things. But if you look at most people's supplement lists, they have supplements all over the place. People spend thousands for supplements, and they don't get anywhere. So if you got to spend your money, make sure it's cost effective and it's right on point to what you need. That's why I love the herbs, because they're tissue specific. And so okay. Owen, I think I addressed this, didn't I? Owen, my friend. Thanks for the picture, bro. You look familiar. Could we be cruising in some of the God worlds together? Must be. What does start with 1 and 1? 1 and 1 simply means 1 a.m. and 1 p.m. Now, in medical lore, you've got BID, TID for twice a day, BID, TIDs 3 times a day, QIDs 4 times a day. But, 1 and 1 means 1 in the morning, 1 in the evening. 1 3 times a day, obviously, is going to be 1 in the morning, 1 at noon, and 1 in the evening, or 2 or 3 at any given time there. I start out generally with 1 and 1 with the glandulars, with these adrenals. Man, I'm doing 2 3 times a day a lot of times with these glandulars, because we have some real chronic adrenal problems, and still the adrenals don't want to stand up and salute real easy. I mean, it's just we're looking at the tools that are the most productive, that give us the most positive effect on the healing and the rebuilding of tissue. That's all I'm concerned with. And isolates are way down the bottom of the river from that. Robert, without taking herbs cause don't have money, would drinking water and juice fast? You don't have any money, oh, and you call me and I'll get you out a Heal All tea and stuff. get my kidneys filtering. Yeah, lemons should really get your kidneys filtering. Absolutely. Some of these fasts should do that, my friend. But you're a good guy, Owen. Girl gone wild. I remember that guy I told you about that has the same health condition as me, who was getting Botox injections to keep fluid in his body. We talked to him, about him on the phone. He died. Unbelievable. Doctors convince people to use certain treatments and then kill them. Oh, boy, do I have a bunch of stories. I mean, we ever sitting around a campfire together, guys, we'll change stories of the brutality of detox and of AMA, and that isn't this something? Girls Gone Wild. I mean, it's just disgusting to me. You'll hear this over and over and over and over again from people about friends and loved ones that died. That isn't 90% cure rate. We good? Okay, Rhett Lawrence. Okay. All right. I've got to go now. Thank you so much for viewing these videos. I think it is my time to leave, isn't it, Drew?
Of course.
Of course.
Appointments.
All right, that's good. We don't want to keep Rhett waiting. Good producer there. Rhett Lawrence is a good music producer. Thank you. Love you all. Bye-bye. Great day. Bye-bye.